So you see, I mean, I'm trying to tell you, let's
shit?
go for the house, and you're saying, what about a credit card? Got a credit card here.
Matt, listen, you want 1 million
What's the whole
subscribers before
shebang?
you put out any good content.
I want a couple 100,000 subscribers. Look, I'll go
well,
with
good
100.
fucking luck, Matt, because I don't know how to fucking do that. You got to put out your best content
I told
first.
you do the reviews. You do every 5 days. You do a review. Do 30.
Okay,
in 6
well,
months,
put
I
out
bet you
that
have
mediocre shit and see if it gets you to
Mediocre.
100,000 subscribers.
What about
Look,
that great idea that I had
GQ
for that show?
Stop! I just
Sam, silence the gunshots.
GQ and Vanity Fair are doing it right now. Larry Lawton got 6.9 million views in less than a year, and he did 4. It was 20 minutes.
Can we talk about your Vanity Fair deal?
None of Vanity Fair is.
I got more questions.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we got questions. We're here for
I haven't
questions.
heard from them yet since.
Oh, you haven't?
I talked to them. I did a little thing
can
with
ask
them.
each other
We had a couple calls.
Matt is going to be the cover of Vanity Fair.
I'm not going to be on. That's not what happened.
Oh,
See,
that would be
this is what
sick.
people do.
Tell us
No,
what the truth is. What's the truth about Vanity
No,
Fair?
they talked to me
They're
about
going to do an
doing
article on you?
No.
They want to do a series, a video series with them.
No, a series. They want
What
to
the
do
fuck do they wanna do?
They want
Okay,
to do the
tell
same
me.
the Larry Lawton thing where I do 4 or 5 con man movies and I review them. And I said, that's what we ought to do. I ought
That's
to
a
do
series,
one.
right?
No, it's not a series. They're doing a series. They do one with. It's so frustrating being on here.
Sitting across from Danny.
I mean, you got. It was bad enough when you have Danny, ADD, and then now you're here, and this guy's never had one thing. He hasn't said one thing to help me. It's nothing but he's.
Well, he's not here to fucking help
I'm not here
you.
to help. I'm here to encourage.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, they have a. I guess you could call it a series, but they'll get Larry Lawton and he'll review some heist movies. Then they get some FBI guy to do some FBI movies. Then they were going to have me do some con man movies, but
That's cool.
they were like, first they wanted to do it Skype, and I was like, really, you really want to do it Skype? I mean, and they're like, well, in the current situation, I'm like, it's kind of fucked up, it's half-assed. I was like, but I said, look, what if I got somebody? I was going to have you. I said, what if I could get you somebody that could do it? And they said, yeah, let me think about that. Let me get back with you. I haven't heard from them since.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, hopefully,
Everybody-
I really hope that it happens. I think that would be great.
I mean, it would be one thing. I'm saying do a whole. Never mind, it's over. So listen, I got this. What? It's
They're just listening to you guys bicker.
just ridiculous. It really is. I mean, it's just
All right, you
frustrating.
ready for the next question?
I got a
Sure.
question from the
Look-
live chat.
Oh, wait, we
All
got a
right,
question.
live chat question.
We got Jermaine Wells. If you didn't get into real estate, did you have any other career or dreams you wanted to pursue? And he also wants to know, additionally, since we're watching live, would you take any special orders on your book during this time and add a signature or a doodle on the cover?
Honestly, I have at least one or two guys, really a week, mail me their books. I sign them. Like if you include a piece of paper, like tell me like you want a certain, like I'll put like to John, I'll put my favorite partner in crime, from Matt Cox, Secret Service's most wanted, and then I send it back to him. Some of the guys, listen, 90% of the guys don't even give me like a return envelope. I'm
Yeah.
paying. I had a guy from Canada. I paid $20 to ship his book back to Canada for him.
God damn, man.
Which I don't care because to be honest, it's flattering to have somebody want you to sign the book. So if I have, I don't want to take a hit. That was a hit.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
But I wouldn't be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Normally I mail it back because you mail it back, and even if you break even, it doesn't matter. It's
So
it's
mail
nice.
your book to Matt.
Yeah, I'll-
Send the return postage in
Yeah.
there. Don't be a cheapskate.
That'd be
and
nice.
he'll sign it.
I'll sign it.
and
I'll
he'll
sign
send it
whatever
back
you want.
to
You'd say, hey, do a
Where
doodle
do they
on the
send
front
it to?
cover. I'll do a doodle on the front
Are
cover.
you just giving your address out, or
I got a P.O. box.
your soch and everything?
I have a P.O. box.
Okay.
Which soch?
Nice.
But what about the career?
I don't understand.
Is snow crab good? I'm gonna get 2
It doesn't
snow
have to be
crab.
I'll take
I'm gonna get 2
fucking pizza.
I'm gonna get 2 snow crab trays.
snow crabs are good, I guess.
Do they have a snow crab pizza?
We didn't get a lot of snow crab
see what else
in
they got
Coleman.
here.
So
No,
They got
not
blue
much
crab.
snow
They got blue
I
crab.
don't even know the difference.
All right, we'll get you
This
snow
is
crab.
crab, right?
No, get snow crab. Don't get the blue crab.
You're
Too
actually
much
ordering
work.
snow crab?
Yeah,
Where
Well,
can you get
of
snow
course
crab
he is.
delivered?
He's a big shot.
the crispy crab.
Crispy crab is gas.
It is fire.
Yeah. Super
They got
good.
boiled peanuts. You guys want some boiled peanuts?
I love
in
boiled
garlic
peanuts.
sauce.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do?
I love.
I was
boiled-
gonna get some
Are you
earlier, and Danny's like,
serious?
"Ugh, fuck them."
Are you?
So I didn't
said
get you
really.
any.
Bro, are you kidding me? I love.
I'm gonna get sausage
Listen,
too.
I'm.
See,
Come on.
Should have listened to my
Come
on.
instincts.
Total.
He's
What
like,
flavor do you
no.
go with when you get them?
He said, no,
What?
just get him the
The
double
peanuts.
shot.
So I get them plain because I don't like the hot. I
Plain?
really don't like
Oh, I like the
spicy or
spice.
hot.
You
gotta
I
get
don't
a
like.
Cajun.
Oh, you got to get
No,
the
I
spice.
can't do. I get start sweating and come
The
on.
plain just tastes like
It's good for
old
you.
water.
Clears the sinuses.
Old water.
Clears your sinuses.
This guy says you hurt Danny's feelings.
Who said that?
This guy I know. Steve. Oh, that's funny.
All right, we ready for rolling another question?
Yes.
Listen, Steve is the guy that owns a production company that I've been talking to that wants to do all the reviews, the movie reviews. Your idea just now that you just came up with.
It's a great
That-
idea.
yeah,
I hope
yeah.
somebody runs with it.
Absolutely, I think so. And we've already talked to you know what is her name? Because I always say her name wrong. Carolina Bazua? What the hell is that? How do you say her name?
I think how you said it's accurate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, she's going to set up the production and everything. It's a great idea. I think it's a good idea.
Just do it. I mean, that's the hard part with anything is just getting started and getting over that initial
I
step
can-
of not feeling like it's good enough.
Still, we got
No,
two
it's-
plates of crab on the way.
No, I feel like
We need about
I would
50
love
more
to do
bucks
it.
in the chat
It's just
to
the fact
afford
is
this.
getting everything in order. You go, you do it, you put it, and then I'll put it on my channel. That's what I plan on doing. Hopefully, in a month from now, I start having content on my channel, and I'm going to have it on there for 6 months, and I'm going to have about 150, 200,000 subscribers, and then I'm going to do a true crime podcast.
Bang.
And then you're going to go. Then you're going to be like, "Damn, that shit worked." I
Go,
can't believe
Matt.
he
Bang.
pulled that
Go,
off."
Matt.
Everybody subscribe that's listening right now.
Subscribe.
It doesn't exist
Yeah,
yet, but do
Inside
it.
True
YouTube,
Be
Crime.
search Inside True Crime on
That's
YouTube.
right.
Even if you have
We'll
to
drop it
remove
again.
Even
Yeah,
if you have to
we're gonna
remove your
drop the link in the chat right now, so you can go subscribe to Matt Cox.
Wow, I look bad there. Even if you have to
And I did nothing to
remove
that.
your subscription from Concrete,
Yeah,
and
do
just
it. Unsubscribe.
move it to Inside True Crime.
I encourage
it's
it.
reasonable.
You can
Yeah.
subscribe
It's
to more than
You
one
can do
channel.
And
it.
Danny
though.
won't be offended.
Yeah, I won't be offended.
Hell no.
We got 10 pounds. What does that equal in American money?
10 pounds?
Yeah.
know. Matt, come on,
Maybe.
you got to
What is
know
it?
this.
Isn't a pound like almost $2?
Matt, you don't know the answer
I
to
don't
this?
know.
$1.60 or something like that.
I'm buying it.
All right.
I mean, I sound confident, so you
Let's
think,
do-
oh, it's
Everybody's
definitely-
pumped
it's
about it.
$1.65.
All right.
No,
Everybody's
yeah.
pumped about
It's
this show
somewhere
idea.
between 10, 20 bucks.
What?
Yeah.
The show idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because here's the thing, too. Like, let's say I review Boiler Room.
Yeah.
You know how many guys I know that ran boiler rooms?
Yeah.
Like, I know that's not how it works, or that is how it works. Look, I know guys that ran Ponzi schemes, not one or two. I know multiple Ponzi scheme guys. They have great stories, horrible stories. I mean, they've destroyed people. But the point is that some of the stories are interesting, especially how they get into it. They never. It's always something goes wrong and it evolves. Because if you get into a Ponzi scheme, like if you said, "Hey, I'm going to do a Ponzi scheme," if you knew from the get-go, I'm going to start a Ponzi scheme and this is a scam.
Yeah.
It's so easy to set up a Ponzi scheme that isn't in your name. You set up a fake identity. You dump a bunch of money into a decent website, some brochures. You do a little bit of advertising. You do a couple of events. People start giving you money. They don't expect the money back. You keep telling them their money's growing. Periodically, you give them dividends. They usually typically say, "Oh, just keep reinvesting it." Before you know it, you've got 10, 15, 20 million dollars. And then if you were to disappear, they don't ever know who you were to begin with. Problem is, most Ponzi schemes start off legitimate and it morphs into a Ponzi scheme. And the next thing you know, they're trying to balance this Ponzi scheme of $100 million. And they're like, "Oh, I'm fucking over my head. What went wrong?" Well, what went wrong was when things went bad, you should have just been honest with your investors and taken the hit.
Yeah.
Or filed, given them what you could back and filed bankruptcy. Now you got a $100 million Ponzi scheme. You're going to prison the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be great to do. You could do all kinds of different movies. And I know most guys that have run those types of schemes.
People just want to hear you talk. I mean, you could interview anybody and it would fucking...
By the guys
People
that
would
say, "I
love
could
it."
watch Cox talk
Yeah.
about paint for 6 hours."
People like to hear... People, honestly, they just like to hear somebody who can speak concisely and confidently. And they'll just listen to you all day.
You speak.
Not
eh.
really. I'm like a
You're a
fucking...
nice guy. I
I'm a
like
babbling
you.
idiot.
Yeah.
I'm retarded. I babble. I don't fucking talk. I stutter. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't speak as charismatically and confidently as you do.
Stop, you're so-
I'm no
you're
Matt
so-
Cox.
You're a good
Stop.
storyteller.
You guys
You're
are
a very good
See, now
storyteller.
you switched it. Earlier, it was let's bash the shit out of them, frustrate them, make them feel bad.
We build you back up.
It's the build them back up. back down again. He's feeling good about himself. Yank the carpet out from underneath him.
All right, let's do the next one.
Next question.
Yeah.
All right, we got real_Joe Biden.
Damn, thanks, Joe.
Shout out to Joe Biden.
Shout out to Joe. Good luck.
What are the most flagrant weaknesses that exist in secured lending, including mortgages today?
What?
Are you paying attention?
I am, but let's face it, you didn't read it all that great to me.
What are the most
high as fuck.
flagrant
You know what?
weaknesses?
I can tell when he was talking to me, his eyes started watering, and
He's
it-
got.
fuck,
He's
they're
about
kicking
100.
in.
He's about 100 milligrams deep
my
right
Maybe
now.
two.
Oh,
All right, what are the most flagrant weaknesses that exist in secured lending, including mortgages today?
I mean, it's funny. I actually talked to a guy who I went to the title company, spoke with a guy that's starting a company that he owns a title company. He's starting a separate company that monitors people's titles because it's becoming rampant real estate with people removing people's deeds on their homes and putting them into other people's names. So we were talking about what I had done, and he was like, oh, what you did back then is easier to do now. He said, now public records, you don't even have to have the original document. You can make a copy of the document and put a stamp on it that says that you witnessed the true and correct actual document. Like, oh, I've seen the real document. File this one. It's not even an original document. Doesn't have to have an original seal. Doesn't have to have anything. Just a stamp on it that, oh, I saw the original. And so this is good. They'll record it. He was telling me all kinds of little things. I was like, are you fucking serious? And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's easier now to do what you did than it was back then. I have all these guys in the comments saying, you can't do that anymore. Really? The guy that owns a title company is telling me it's easier now. So it's still public records. Public records is just ripe for fraud. I mean, it's a huge gaping hole. But what's nice is most people don't understand how public records works. And so they don't take advantage, they don't commit fraud using public records because they don't really understand how it works. So if you're someone who worked at a title company or you have any experience in that and you say, look, I'm going to go ahead and use this to my advantage, I mean, it's a huge opportunity or it's a huge issue as far as fraud's concerned. But there's such a limited amount of people that can do it. So, and then of course, if you have overlapping skill sets, it gets outrageous. And I'd say that's still the main problem with real estate is public records. I mean, you can say, oh, well, you can make W-2s. Yeah, but that's been done, and people do it, and they're always going to do it, and it's virtually impossible to catch it and stop it. So the one thing that's a huge, I don't want to use the word opportunity, a huge issue is public records. That's the problem, public records. If you could secure up public records. But keep in mind, too.
The left hand doesn't know what the right's doing.
Right, and the government, and then when things go wrong, it's not a big enough problem that there's no reason really to stop it. And it doesn't cost the government anything because when it all goes wrong, it's the title companies that have to pay. So it's kind of, the government's insulated from it, so there's no reason to try and revamp this system. Why would we revamp a system? It doesn't cost us anything. And when it does cost anybody, it costs the banks. The banks all have insurance, or there was real estate, or there was title insurance. So it's kind of, you know what it's like? It's like the credit card companies. Most of them didn't want to replace the credit cards with chips. For a decade, they fought. Because their whole thing is, yeah, but the fraud is already built into the interest rate. So we've already got this money set aside. So it's not really hurting us. It's hurting the customers. But it's not really hurting us.
Yeah.
So why would we correct it? Until eventually the government said, no, you're going to do the chip. And they forced them to do the chip.
Is the chip any more secure?
No, not really, because before they even came out, you remember John Boziak, the guy, the credit card kid? I wrote that story. It's called Bent, and he was manufacturing credit cards for the Russian mob. Like, a great story, bro. This guy's amazing, super smart. Now you haven't seen him now. I mean,
He's covered in tattoos.
Oh
right?
God, he's got tattoos everywhere. He looks like a straight gangster. But really, when he was in prison, he had like a tattoo here and some on his arms and stuff. But he's 135 pounds.
And
he
how
looks like
old was
Justin
he?
Bieber.
How old was he when you met him in prison?
29 or 30.
That's crazy.
And so now it's been 5 years, and if you go to his Instagram account, he's just covered in tats. He just does tats.
Just tatted up.
But he was saying before the chips in the U.S. even came out, they had already cloned them. And even have you ever gone?
Damn.
Have you ever gone to the store and you put your card in and the chip won't work? And they go, just
Yeah.
slide it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to the old shit that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, zoop. So what does it
Yeah.
matter? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What's the worst case scenario? They say, "Can I have you see your ID?" Well, here's my. You think if I can fake a
Yeah.
this, you don't
Credit
think I can
card.
fake that? We're good. Yeah. Go ahead and take your Rolex watch and leave. Thank you. I mean, this is not securing it. It just added an extra layer which nobody's paying attention to.